Hello, and welcome to Mr. Garofalo's podcast. In today's episode, we are looking at solving equations with fractions and decimals. This is problem number 9 from your homework. And in this problem, we have three terms, each of which are fractional expressions. And each numerator has a binomial expression. We have a denominator of 2, a denominator of 3, and a denominator of 6. So remember from class, one of the strategies that we can employ involves using the multiplicative property of equality. Remember, this property says that we can multiply or divide both sides of an equation by the same value and maintain equality. The value we want to use is the LCD of these denominators, which is 6. So we're going to multiply all of these expressions by 6. So let's begin. So what we're going to look to do here is cross-cancel before we distribute. So we could go ahead and distribute 6 times 5x, 6 times 1, and then divide that result by 2. But we might want to see that 6 divided by 2 would be 3. And then we can distribute 3 through this binomial in the numerator. The result will be 15x plus 3. The denominator here doesn't need to be written because it's 1. Really, 6 over 2 is equivalent to 3 over 1. We don't need to write 3 over 1. In the second term, 6 over 3 would simplify to 2 over 1. And then we could distribute 2 to get 2x minus 4. Now this problem was somewhat friendly because we were doing the sum of the two terms. Remember, had this been a minus here, a subtraction, this 2 that I was distributing would have needed to have been distributed as a negative 2. Keep that in mind, that may come up on some of your other problems. And finally, on the right side, 6 over 6 would be 1 over 1, leaving us with 8x plus 8. So the heavy lifting is done. You now have worked through using the multiplicative property of equality. We've created an equivalent equation that has the same solution, but we don't have to deal with any fractions. So we'll look for like terms and collect those together. This would be 17x, some like term constants here, minus 1 is equal to 8x plus 8. Why don't you go ahead and see if you can solve the rest of this problem using your properties of equality and arithmetic properties. I think you should be able to handle it. Remember, you can always plug your number back in. See if it makes the equation true, your solution, I should say. So why don't you pause the video and find the solution. Did you get 1? That's what I have as well. Let's see if it makes the equation true. So in the original equation, 5 times 1 plus 1 over 2 plus 1 minus 2 over 3 would be equal to 8 times 1 plus 8 over 6. So 5 times 1 plus 1 would be 6 over 2 plus, this would be negative 1 over 3 is equal to 16 over 6. Right? 8 times 1 plus 8. Well, 6 over 2 can be simplified to 3. So we have 3 plus negative 1/3. Or I might want to just write this with one sign. Really, adding a negative is the same as subtracting. So 3 minus 1/3. 3 minus 1/3 would be 2 and 2/3. And does that equal 16 over 6? Well, let's see. 6 would divide into 16 twice. So we have 2 wholes. That would be 12. Remainder of 4. 6 will go into 40 6 times, right? 36. And what's going to happen is here, we're going to keep repeating the 6. Well, a repeating 6 is the same as 2/3. Now, oops. So it does show that the solution makes the equation true. You're probably not going to do this. You're probably going to use your calculator, right? If you divide 16 by 6, you can use your calculator there. Remember the math feature converts from fraction to decimal, so you can use that as well. Well, there you have it. Hopefully this was helpful. Good luck on the rest of your homework. See you in class.